You said there was two things.
There is. I love that. So the first thing we talked about was Alexa. The second thing, and you know this very well, it's nothing new, but a lot of people don't use it or don't use it well, and that is messenger bots. That's you right there. I mean, I've reached out to you before, and I think we lost contact on that conversation just due to whatever, but messenger bots is definitely something that we want to get better at through our Facebook marketing and ads. And we want to have that process seamless. So I wanted to just talk with you a little bit about what you're doing personally, or what you're also teaching, and any advice you can give us in terms of what we can do to put together a good bot.
Yeah, I was real heavy on bots fall 2017, early 2018, and then everything happened with Facebook, and the whole, I wouldn't call it a scandal, it's just they got brought up in front of Congress,
right.
And there were a lot of issues with privacy that kind of put ManyChat and all of the other bot companies on hold. Like, they weren't allowing new access anymore. The people that I was teaching were getting mad kind of at me. They're like, what's going on? You said this would work and now it's not. And I'm like, hey, you got to be patient. Something's happening with Facebook right now. These types of changes take place, and I kind of took my foot off the gas a little bit with Messenger because of that. But now it's back.
Right.
It's working just fine, and I'm getting even more and more engagement. And it's weird. Like, in the past 2 months, I've probably had 100 new agents come on that have either found me through YouTube or Neil's podcast or anywhere else where I've talked about the subject, and they're still following the call to action that I've left in all of those pieces of content, which was go to my messenger, m.me/the Vegas real estate agent, and just type the word bot or bot training, and it basically spits out the trainings that I've put together so far.
So you've shared that with me before, is that correct? Is that what you sent over to me? Okay. So I just need to get into that, basically. Yeah, that would be a good first step.
But then another first step maybe is maybe we can get together and work on this, is putting together the course. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because there's a huge need for it. It is a way to automate. There's a way to get artificial intelligence in there down the line, but for right now it's mostly pre-programmed by us or somebody that could be a virtual assistant. There's so much that goes into it, but once it's done, it's like content. You've created it, and it kind of works for you.
So it's an evergreen piece of content once it's created, is what you're saying.
As long as the links that you use are still active and you don't let your domain go or something like that. But literally, for one of my funnels, it could be attracting buyers. We would run an ad, just listed, learn more, click this link or click the send message button below, and it will automatically open up their Facebook Messenger and provide them content and information on that specific property. But let's say that they're looking at that and they're not interested. It's not in their price range. It doesn't fit their lifestyle or needs. There could be a sequence message that's automatically programmed. Hey, that asks for feedback about that property, because maybe they stop interacting. What do you think about this property? Is it something that you think you'd like? Yes or no?
Drop them into another funnel then.
Yeah. It will, and it'll automatically go. And it'll start to ask some questions. Was this the area that you were interested in? Was this So
just more qualifying questions and drop them into an ABC
but
sequence.
Then it programs, and if you can integrate it with your site, well, what zip code are you interested in? Go ahead and type in the zip code. Now it automatically sends them a link of properties available in that zip code, and it drives them back to your site for that specific zip code. You have to have your pages built out. So like I said, there's a lot of work that goes into it up front, but once you program it, as long as you don't let your backlinks go, it will always work.
That's really interesting. We should definitely talk more about that. I'd be interested in working with you or in some capacity on that. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've always wanted to do. And as long as it's something basic in the beginning, it could be a course at something like a 197, but then evolve and have more advanced features. There's so much that you can do with it, though. I just got hit up by an agent in Florida or Utah last week who found me, and he was interested in. He was a lender actually, and he was interested in some of the bot quizzes I have. And it's another qualifying rundown.
Right.
And he was like, this is so crazy, can you share it with me? I was in the middle of showing, so I didn't get back to him. So I kept getting notifications though, because whenever someone interacts with you on these spots, this Facebook page is at gives you notifications that they're interacting with you. And he kept on pressing every single button because he was trying to copy and paste it. I was like, dude, I'll just share the flow with you. So there's a way to share the flows to where I give him a link and he can just download it straight into his mini channel. So once we have those flows built out, we can allow people into this course and they can easily just take the.
I love that. I love that. That's what we want to do with the flow for our property management company, just to eliminate. My understanding is there's about a 30% capture rate in terms of really qualified individuals looking to engage whatever content you have out there in the flow. So 30% for us would be to break it down to the people who are truly interested in real property management and eliminate the wasted time for the other people. So for us, that makes sense to hit those qualifying questions right away through a bot. And then, when they do speak with us, we're ready to rock and roll, get something signed through DocuSign or something like that, and take on that property. So for us, that makes a lot of sense. We need to put something together and make that happen. So that's pretty cool.
There's definitely a way to do it. If we collaborated on it, your mind and knowing what those qualifying questions are, and me knowing what I'm doing with Messenger, we can definitely put something together like that in a day.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Awesome. We just posted for a new hire position for our team, and we use Facebook Jobs to do it, and it's all bot oriented. And I love it.
Really?
So basically, we put out our job description for what we're trying to accomplish, and then somebody will go on there and they'll do everything they need to, and then it just goes through the whole Facebook bot system, and we can either reject, we can schedule an appointment through everything, and it's just so easy. We're doing it all while we're here. We've set up four different appointments, so when we get back to San Diego, we've got 4 different people waiting to
Is there a cost to it?
No, it's free right now. There will be. They will roll out a cost. It's glitchy. Sometimes you have to go out and back in, but they will roll out a cost because they're going to compete with all the job monsters and all that stuff. Yeah, they're going to compete. But I'll tell you what, it's working for us. And we've got 4 scheduled people already. So when we get back to San Diego, which is, pretty. See how it goes.
Yeah, let me know. I've seen it. I haven't played around with it yet, but I've heard of people that are trying to get people.
And we require everybody, when we hire, to do a 1-minute video.
That's what I was going to say.
So,
and if they don't take that step, then you don't have to worry about it.
But they can do it through the Facebook Messenger, which is great. So they're sending over their videos through Facebook Messenger. It's all in one platform, boom, boom, and then we can just go down the list and decide, reject or contact or schedule an appointment, which we love.
If they don't know how to do it, then we know
that's a tell right there. If they can't, figure that out, that's a tell right there that that's probably
not going to be a good fit for the team.
Right. So there's a lot of value in that little tool that they rolled out, which is cool.
Yeah, no, I've heard of. I was listening to a podcast yesterday where they were saying, because I've been looking into wholesaling a little bit, and they're looking for acquisition managers, and they would get 100 applications, but there would be instructions, and part of it was submit your resume and a headshot. Take this free disc profile. Because you can go to Tony Robbins' disc profile and get someone to do a free disc profile, and then the third one is do a 1-minute video on why you think
qualifying through the whole process.
They'd get 100 of those, they'd get 10 disc profiles, and only 4 out of 100 would do the video. So they only have to, instead of weeding through 100 applications and resumes, you only need to focus on.
We love it. I mean, we've done that way. I actually got the idea from Grant Cardone about 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, I got the idea from Grant Cardone, and we've implemented it since. And the people we've hired using the video are the best. Because as you know, people fudge their resume. You can't get a really good. Us meeting right now, you get a better understanding of someone's personality. If they're likable, if they're personable. That's so important. They come through on a video. And you're not looking for perfection. Some of the best hires we have are the people who are a little nervous about this new concept of sending a video to a complete stranger and about a job. So those people on our team have been solid. That's why we continue to do it.
Well, that's huge. the video aspect is the game changer. It's funny, we can teach this to 100 agents and only 4 of them will do it, right?
Right.
And those are the people that are probably going to be the most successful in the future. So people always ask me, Danny, why do you put all this content out for free? Like, you're not charging anything. I'm like, you know what? I know that 2% of people are actually going to do it.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't come from an abundance of scarcity, so it's an abundance of mindset.
Right.
But eventually, we will put the course together. And just like you said, video does come through. Like, we're sitting here talking now, and I feel like I already know you.
Absolutely.
It's the strangest thing in the world, because I know that a generation ago, this wouldn't have happened.
No, absolutely. I love it. I mean, I know you've got children. I know that you do a lot of stuff. Your wife, and that you're a family man. You're also a businessman. I know all that background, and I love that about it. We try and teach other property managers that when you tell your story, you're not being qualified by the consumer all the time because they have a sense of who you are. Like when people want to work with us, they know my wife, they know Elizabeth, they know our team members, they've seen the inside of our office. It's not a question of, they're trying to beat us up all the way down. They just want to work with us now. They know our story. And that's powerful. And that results in us maybe doing a little bit better than our competition, where they're still being beat up on, how much is your rate, how long, and there's still a concern about, trust issues there. We have our story out there on every platform. People see us at the mall, they see us at the beach, they see us when we're on vacation like we're doing right now, meeting with people, and that trust factor is so big. They know that we know property management. That's big. And the same thing with you. I mean, when I think of real estate and I think of Las Vegas, think of you, top of mind.
That's the whole thing.
And I say this all the time. There's property managers in San Diego that have 10 times as many properties as we have, that are much bigger. But if they walk into a room, nobody knows who that person is.
Yep.
And that's the difference. It's getting an audience and breaking the chains of obscurity. People knowing who you are.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's powerful.
It is.
So I mean, where do you see the future of property management and real estate? With all of these disruptors, do you think we're going to be able to stay relevant? That's the big question.
I'm going to answer this honestly. You may not like the answer, and the truth is that I think that there will be a consolidation on the lower end stuff. I've always told this, and Elizabeth will say this. The true value, in my opinion, of a real estate professional comes when you're working with higher end properties because of your network. So somebody working with 2, 3, 4, 5 million plus properties, the value is in who they know and their ability to access that network. That's something that Zillow and all that is not going to matter. Those people don't want to do that. They want that personal network because it's important to them. Absolutely. That's why people still go to the country club. That's why people still want to have lunch and dinner at places that are high end to be seen. So I think that the relevancy will stay in that area. Now, when you go in our market, the average property is $600,000 entry level.
Yeah.
It's a different market. Okay. So I'm going to use my market for a moment. You're talking about anything under $600,000 in San Diego, there's probably going to be a large consolidation of those type of agents. So in Vegas, what is your average entry-level property? 150? 200?
Our median price is $290 right now.
Okay, so median price is $290. So that's better than, I think it's better than Phoenix. So $290. So people still doing like $200,000 condos or something like that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a consolidation, I think, in that area. And I think that as we continue to go down and the disruptors roll out more and more of these type of a la carte style real estate options and tools, that number is going to keep creeping up. And I think it's inevitable. There needs to be a transfer of, there's too many agents. I mean, it just really is.
Yeah, there's going to be a huge contraction. I think maybe 30 or 40% of the agents that are today will even exist 5 years from now.
Right. Have you been through a downturn yet?
I haven't.
Okay, so that's something that...
Well, but I've read the book Shift, and I know that when the shift occurs, the agent count goes down. When it's a hot market, the agent count goes up.
Right.
But right now, something different is happening that we've never seen before, which is the infusion of this new technology.
You will see another...
It's happening now. The last 2 months in Vegas, at least, the days on market has risen. The inventory levels have risen, interest rates are going up, and we're not seeing multiple offers on things under $300,000 like we were just 2 months ago.
Right.
So it's not quite a trend yet, because we always say from the economists that we follow, it has to happen 3 months in a row for it to be a trend, but it's definitely happening.
Just keep your ear out. You'll hear it. It'll plateau. Okay. My suggestion to you, because I've been through a lot of, I've been through the biggest one that ever happened, 2008 to 10.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest one. That's the time when you double down on your marketing. That's the time when you grab market share. When everybody else is running, that's the time that you go big and heavy in terms
Just
of your
hit the
social, in
phones.
terms of everything, in terms of letting people know. Be the most knowledgeable person, because people want to have, they want to go to the most knowledgeable person when they're scared.
Yeah.
They want answers. Okay? Be the one who has the most knowledge in the area of what's going on. Reference it, double down on your marketing. Take market
Video.
share away from other people. Video. Here's what's happening. Here's how you can
tell
avoid
you
it.
enough. Like when I run the videos and people are like, you have to do more of those on just basic market updates, or what's happening with the new loan programs, or what's happening in Las Vegas. I do a video, I put it on YouTube, and it's just me talking to the camera. But it's
Do
giving
features though. Do features. Bring in people. So what's going to happen is you're in the business for 4 years, right? People are going to hit you with the same question. What do you know you've never been through a downturn? You have to be able to avoid that question or hit it head on by bringing people into your videos that have that knowledge, who have been. So you want to reach out to the people who have
been through a downturn, like an agent outside, or even a lender,
Right.
or a title rep.
or even just real estate investors.
Yeah.
Okay, don't bring in people who can compete directly with you, but
Yeah.
bring in somebody who can give you an advantage in that. So bring in somebody who's a real estate investor and say, hey, I know this is a hurting market for us right now, but it's a lot of times it's a great market for you as a real estate investor. Walk me through why that is. That individual is going to tell you all the reasons why the people who are hurting. He's there to take advantage of that so that they can get knowledge from that, you know, to relax. And if you're sitting with a little equity, ride something out or something like that, all those little touch points is going to be important to people, and they want to hear that.
Yeah.
So bring in people who have value to your audience, who have experience, who have been through that, and be the go-to person.
So the Q&A format on YouTube, that works.
I think so. I think if you keep it, if it's interesting and you keep it relatively, I mean, I don't like to do anything over like 8 minutes.
No.
I mean,
Quick, one topic, hit a few questions, and then we're done. See you on the next video.
right. I mean, that's the way I like to do it. And if it's valuable, absolutely it works. You know, and then you can also repurpose that on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I've been getting on. I've been missing out on LinkedIn for the past 4 years. I've had a huge network on there,
Yeah.
and finally I'm just starting to
Gotta
post
get on.
stuff. I'm posting stuff. But what's the biggest difference about, you know, what you might post on Facebook or Instagram compared to YouTube or LinkedIn? Is there a difference?
Your audience is different. So on Facebook, it's everybody, and it's a little more relaxed. On LinkedIn, tighten it up a little bit. You're talking more to the professionals. You know, it's more, as you know, it used to be business to business strictly. Now it's loosened up a little bit, but still you want to make sure that you're professional enough and you're not doing the same type of content that you would on Facebook. So bring value on LinkedIn. I always tell people, go watch what Chelsea's doing. She's doing a great job.
Really?
She's doing a great job on LinkedIn. Go see what Jason Frazier's doing. He's doing a great job on LinkedIn. And be able to bring value in a way that's not Facebooky, where we can be a little bit more relaxed and have fun, like with a Facebook Live. They don't have live on LinkedIn right now. Eventually they're going to roll it out, but you still can put video content on there.
Yeah.
I keep
You
our
can
videos
repurpose
to
it.
about 2 to 4 minutes, 4 being like the longest I've done on LinkedIn. And we've gotten some really good engagement and interaction. We've built that platform a lot in the last year or so. So yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad that we had a chance
Absolutely.
to connect today. I think that we could definitely help each other
Oh,
out
there's a lot more. There's
Yeah.
a lot more. There's
Yeah.
a lot more, man.